curious, is dating a woman with kids like a red flag?
Yes. Yes, it is. And it's not just one red flag. It's many. Now, to be clear, I'm not saying to men that you shouldn't date single mothers or perhaps get into relationships with them, but men need to be aware of those red flags and decide if it's worth the risk before they make that decision to date or get into a relationship with a single mother. Men need to understand that most of the time, she's not looking for a partner or love. She's looking for a replacement daddy, someone to replace the actual father of her children who she tossed aside because, well, he didn't do enough or she thought she could do better. It might be because she's been divorced or separated for a while and has now decided she needs a father figure in her children's lives. Or it might be for financial reasons, because if she signed you up, not only does she get the child support from the actual father, she gets you to support her children and her as well. Something that men need to understand and know, because over 70% of second marriages to single mothers end up in divorce. Why? Primarily because the replacement daddy didn't quite live up to her expectations, or he didn't parent her children the way she decided he should parent them. Which leads to the third red flag men need to be aware of, which is that you will never, and I do mean never, be a priority to her. Her kids will always come first. Your wants, your needs, your desires won't matter in the least, especially if they conflict in any way with what her kids want or need or what she thinks they deserve. You will always be an afterthought, someone who will only get the scraps of her love, affection, and attention. Oh, the single mothers will never admit that's the case, and they'll go out of their way to make it seem otherwise, at least at first. But in the long run, it's almost a guarantee you'll be far down her list of priorities, if you're even on the list at all. And oh, by the way, that'll still apply even after the kids are grown and long gone from the house. And speaking of the kids, remember this: no matter how much time, attention, caring, and love you give to those children, if she decides to get rid of you, you're SOL. You'll likely never see or hear from those kids again. Men need to fully understand they have absolutely no rights as a step-parent. And that applies no matter how involved they were. Most likely in the end, you'll be nothing more than a fading memory. And nothing you ever did will be appreciated. Not by her, and often the children. Those are the realities and red flags that men need to know about. Again, I'm not saying men shouldn't date single mothers, but they should only do so with their eyes wide open. They need to fully realize those red flags exist and apply to every situation, and stop making excuses that she won't be like that. Because as I said, more than 2/3 of the time, she will be. Men need to understand that and assess the risk before they decide to date or get into a relationship with any single mother.